much for just being here on this journey. We've been doing a lot of emergency outreach around the clock with this weather being what it is. So we're out in Candler right now. We've seen lots of people out here that had no resources. We're super, super glad that we were here. Really touched. There was one guy, again, you know, we encountered a veteran in the last cold snap, and so encountered somebody else today that was in really bad shape, that we were able to do warming protocols and get him back to where he's doing all right, and letting him know about options for him, and making sure that people out here, we've seen lots of couples. Again, we don't have the right emergency shelter. We need a lot more emergency shelter for people who are in different situations. So one of those is people who are couples and families with children. So we need a lot more shelter space for folks like that. So we've been seeing lots of people out here in Candler. This is where one of the street pantries is located. And so we come out here on the regular to do outreach. And so we finished sort of meeting everybody that we've seen out here. We've seen scores of people out here on this end of the county. And now we're going to go fill the street pantry before we start heading east from here. We've been downtown today. We've been out Haywood Road area, so where we have lots of folks. And so that's kind of what we do. We get people asking us a good bit, like, do you go outside of downtown? And the answer is yes, absolutely. We go outside of downtown. We go where the need is.
Yeah, one of the couple that we met a couple minutes ago was telling us that yesterday they feel like in 1 hour drop like 40 degrees.
Yeah, and so I was telling them, you know, that we had this, what I call the cliff, where we saw in just a few hours the temperatures go from about 68 degrees down to 28 degrees this morning. And so they were like, oh, we thought we were just sort of crazy that it felt like that. And so, of course, again, we saw lots and lots of people yesterday who didn't know this weather was coming. And that's what we're finding today, is that people are very surprised by it. That's why it's so important that we go out to look for people and find them rather than expecting them to come to us. And just letting people know about what resources are available to them.
Yeah, one of the guys that we saw, he had a blanket. The only thing that he had to cover the cell was a blanket, and the blanket was wet.
Oh yeah, he was in really bad shape.
Yeah, he was shaking very bad.
Mm-hmm. So he had a very, very thin blanket on. So we're going to put some a big blanket in here. Again, these pantries are really full. So they, are really pretty large. You can get big blankets in like this that we have rolled up. Some soup, which is really, really super important. Some sterno. Lots of that to keep people warm. Socks are really essential, and people have been so happy to see these. In this kind of weather, it's very important that people keep their feet from being too wet. When that happens, they can go into frostbite very quickly. And so these socks are really important. And I have the other piece that's important. Of course, you lose most of your heat out of your head and feet. So these two are kind of go together.
Yeah. Hey, Monica. Yeah, we are very thankful for all the people that we met yesterday and the people that show up at the time that we were refilling the pantries and then donate stuff for us to refill the pantry. Like,
so important, so important. You can see we still have Rudolph going out here. Somebody came by and left some soup and some almond joys, which I love. That was my dad's favorite candy bar back in the day, which is super helpful. So we really appreciate that. We've got some canned proteins. This is some wild salmon, which is really good. We've got some gloves in here, some more hats that we're going to put in. Hot hands are always super helpful. So that was one of the things we just did for the gentleman back there. His hands were incredibly cold. He didn't have any gloves on. So we got hot hands started inside of these wonderful gloves that we have that go down below zero. So that's super helpful as well.
and in the way here, you remember that we saw a couple refilling a pantry?
Yes, we did. That was really awesome to see some folks in West Asheville.
Oh, West Asheville, yeah.
The pantry. We were excited to see that. And appreciate all of our pantry volunteers who do just this. So there's hundreds of pantry volunteers that are filling these pantries just like I'm filling them right now. We have our winter survival kit in here, which is really awesome. Has a emergency blanket, has these thick gloves in them that go down below zero.
This is one of the gloves that we gave to the guy.
That's right, this is what we put this gentleman in right here. There's waterproof, minus 20 gloves, and then hot hands. We started hot hands to get those going inside.
Then if you want to sponsor one of these survival kits, you can go to the website, or you can do it by Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App.
Yeah, so we have the gloves, this emergency blanket, which is so important, hot hands. There's thick socks and other toiletries in here. Hand sanitizer and vitamin C to help people's immune systems right now at this time of the year. We also have the insulated tent, so we've been giving out lots of them, and sleeping bags that we give out in person with these kits.
John is saying this is very helpful for the homeless. I know.
Thank you, Johnny, for saying that. Yeah, and the reason that we know that is because we're friends with people, right, that are living on the streets, and all of us at B-Love, we have lived experience in different ways of homelessness, and so we know, and we talk to people all the time about what do you really need, what's really helpful out here. Water, I'm stocking water right now. It's very hard for people to get water these days. So we want to make sure that people have water.
Yeah, a lot of the people that we met today, they usually not go to downtown, so they not receive the resort, and people then stay in downtown receive. So they was very happy. They was even thinking like, I don't know that people came until this area. Yeah. So they was very happy. Then we met a few people and having here like 2 months, 1 month. Yeah. So they don't know about the different resorts that are in the area too.
Literally, they told us they were living in their car and their car died. Over here on this side in Candler, and they basically had to walk away from their car, and then here they are, and they've been sort of stuck here, and it's very hard to get to and from town from here. So we're letting people know the buses are free right now.
Oh, you remember the guy when we was covering him with an emergency blanket, and he was saying that he no wore, that he know everything that he wore.
He said he didn't feel worthy until this moment. That's what he said, that he didn't feel like he was worth anything. He said, now I do, he kept saying, and that was very moving, very moving. To be able to say it's an honor to know you, it's an honor to be here for you, and we saw his whole outlook change as we started sharing things with him, and just offering care for him, wrapping him in a blanket. And we need care for our bodies. We need other human beings to tell us that we're worthy, and to offer care and support. I know that's why I'm here today. I can name a long list. You know who you are, who supported me, carried me in some of the hardest times of my life. We all need that. We all need a community around us, and that's what B-Loved is about, is being a community for folks. I had a dear one share today about intentions and just wisdom for this year. One of the things she said is, hug people. And hug strangers, and I was saying, I wrote back and I said, I got to hug multiple strangers yesterday who were just really struggling, and it lifted my spirits to be able to connect with other human beings. So that's really powerful.
Yeah, John said, how about camping gear?
Yeah, so we've been sharing lots of camping gear, tents, sleeping bags.
We're still asking for
supplies.
Donations of
we
tents.
Need that, yeah. That's really important. So we've been going out since this began. We've had lots of 20-degree weather leading up to this. So we definitely need supplies. If you have in your home sleeping bags, blankets, tents, things like that you're not using, outerwear, any kind of camping gear, backpacks, we need those, and they're going to be very helpful. So you can bring those to our donation center. Start tomorrow, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 1 at 32 Old Charlotte Highway. And I can guarantee, we just, some wonderful folks at Unity just sent us some sleeping bags. They let us know right before the holidays that they were going to be sending sleeping bags. So we arrived to the mailbox today, and they had been delivered. We put them directly on the truck. And we gave them out all right here in Candler this afternoon. So things come directly in, they go directly to people who need them on the street. And so that's really essential. So thanks, folks at Unity, and all of you who are making a difference.
And all the people that collect this, how many jackets do they collect? 100?
About 100 coats came in from a wonderful high school group down in Hendersonville. We thank you. All of those have been so needed right now during this storm, and so that's such a blessing. People have been bringing us things like this, the pop-top soups. So helpful for folks. And let me reiterate that these pantries are really good. Most of the folks that access these pantries don't have kitchens. So if you're going to leave food items, please make sure they're non-perishable, and make sure that they're things that people can eat without having to prepare it in the kitchen. So things like this, chunky soups, chilies, macaroni and cheese in a can is really good. Fruit cups or canned fruit, it's really good for people. Protein bars, peanut butter crackers, that kind of thing. All very, very helpful items to put here.
And how people can adopt a pantry?
Oh, that's a great question. So you can send us an email over at belovedasheville@gmail and just say, I'm interested in adopting a pantry. We can let you know what pantry is closest to you. And we send you all sorts of helpful tips. So you can pick, most people pick a pantry that's close to work or home. So it's easy to fill. You can fill a pantry every week, bi-weekly or monthly. And we certainly encourage you to do that. Lots of people have had such great moments just being able to fill the pantry, meeting other people maybe that they weren't connected with here in our community, and that's really been special. Lots of families with children have adopted pantries. Lots of you maybe say, I want my kids to be activated in doing the work of compassion. So this is a really great thing for families with kids. We have a mom and her 9-year-old that do it every week together, and that's been a really important thing. They've done it together for almost a year now. So these are really wonderful things that you can be doing. So if you send us an email, we're going to inquire. You can just let us know what area of town that you either where your home is or your work is, and we can kind of let you know what pantries are nearest to you. Or you can go to Google Maps and just look up Beloved Asheville Street Pantries on Google Maps, and they'll all come up. You can check out the locations there. Then we're going to email you all sorts of tips, including a long list of items that are good to stock in the street pantries. And you can just pick from that list, like a menu of things that you want to put in here. And I always encourage people, reach out to your neighbors, your friends at work, at school, people in your faith community, and ask them to give you things to put in the pantry. It's a great way to do it. Or maybe you don't want to commit to something that on that regular basis. You can randomly fill these. We welcome you just to go up and place items in these street pantries that are going to really help people right now, and that's really important. We know I can't tell you how many people last night were saying how essential these have been in their lives. What a difference they make, from feminine hygiene products. Our friend Melissa brought a coat and other things last night, and 2 minutes after she left, a woman came that needed that exact coat. She said, I've been looking for a coat just like this. It's perfect for me. And Melissa was saying she didn't feel like her small bag was a lot, but boy, did it change the life of somebody. It made such an immense difference. And for somebody to say, somebody thought of me enough to put this item in here.
And more than yesterday, no feel even, then it's going to be like this cold today. Like somebody appreciate and have this cold because the change of temperature today.
Absolutely. So we're going to grab some more hot hands to put in here. These are just really important. We've got some feminine hygiene products we're going to put in there. It's just that easy to stuff. It really is. So this is a good and full pantry. So we are really excited to be able to leave it full like this because we know there's others here. When we're not here, these pantries are doing the heavy lifting, offering resources 24/7. People can just come up and get what they need, which is really amazing. And that's what we call access. We know that access makes an incredible difference. People being able to access life-saving resources. without having to go very far from where they are, without having to come at certain hours, without having to fill out lots of paperwork. People can just access resources that they need. The other thing that we're doing as we do this is we're connecting to people out here, right where people are, and building trust, getting to know people's names. Then we'll come back and keep checking on them. But we've already had long conversations with people about resources that they need to move forward in their lives. So this is not just about making sure that people have what they need right now, which it is. That's really essential. And to tell somebody they're worthy, somebody that maybe is feeling like giving up on life because things have been so bad. That's step one, is to say, here are the things to keep you alive and well now, and we care about you. And then we can start moving. You know, we had lots of conversations about, somebody asked about employment last night, somebody asked about getting into substance use treatment. So these are things that we then will follow up with them and begin to move people forward in their lives. One of the things that touched me the most is we were out here in the parking lot, and our bus was right there where people put air in their tires, and a mom came up with her daughter, and they needed to access the pump, so we had to move our truck a little bit, and we were talking to them, and she said, "You're beloved Asheville, aren't you?" And we said, "Yes." And she said, "I was homeless 2 years ago, and I've been in a home now for 2 years," and she just thanked us for what we do. And it's, you know, her coming along and saying, what you do matters. As I think back on that time, and I know, like, I'm doing well now. And so we had some folks come last night that we've known a long time who are doing really well and just thanked us for just being there for them. And so we know that these interventions make a big difference in the long run. Also, the long run is about advocating for what we need, emergency shelter for all. So we encourage everybody to contact, particularly our city council and our county commissioners, and let them know that we need emergency shelter for all, that we're finding people out here, precious human beings who deserve shelter and who can't access the shelters that we have. And then the really long run, help us build the Beloved Village and many, many more villages like it, where we're creating deeply affordable homes built into community and where people are earning equity to lift themselves out of poverty. So that's the gamut. We're working from the emergency right now all the way to these long-term solutions that we know are going to work, which is really, really powerful. So thank you for supporting this work.
TB, how in Instagram is saying you are doing incredible work.
Oh, we love you. I know exactly who you are, dear. I'm sending you a big old hug. And thank you for always encouraging us. You've been with us for a long time, encouraging and supporting this work. And so thank you for all the love that you've given over all these years. You know, Beloved's going into our 14th year. Somebody was saying, "How long have you been doing this today?" We said 13 years. It means so much to be able to do this work in and for our community, showing up for and with our community every day in all the different ways that we do, whether it's with families with kids or whether it's with our friends on the streets, or whether it's building new solutions in our community that we know we need. That's what it's about, is showing up, creating beauty, honoring our elders, growing community gardens. All of these things are part of what it means to be in a community where everybody thrives. And that's our goal and vision, is to create a community where we all can thrive together and celebrate together, because we're all doing well. We've got a long way to go, and we want to continue to have y'all show up, because when we all show up together collectively, wow, what a difference it makes. It makes a real tangible difference in the lives of people every day. So we'll be out on this end in just a few days. That was really fun. We went to Los Nenes, our friends. We have a wonderful bakery out here on the West End to order roscas, which are the wonderful cakes for King's Day, which is celebrating the Magi, January 6th, and is the day where lots of people, particularly in Latin America, give gifts to each other, and particularly to children. So we're going to keep the love and magic going for our children up and coming, and celebrate King's Day coming up January. later here in January 5th and 6th.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, my friend. Can we help you get some sleeping bags and stuff like that? No, if I will be back to the truck. I'm gonna Amy. What's your name? You know about that?
I guess we want to invite everybody to, you have, like Amy was saying, sleeping bags, tents. We are in need of all these items. We're going to be open tomorrow in 32 Old Charlotte Highway from 11 to 1. So you're welcome to bring the donations there.
John, I got a sleeping bag for you right here, buddy. Now this is a mat that goes on the ground, so it's going to just insulate you when you lay down right there. That's good. You need a tarp, Don?
Yeah, I could use one.
Awesome. Now this might be good for you, buddy. It's big.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
big. Leave your arm free, but let you have some love in the middle there. More. Now, this is the insulated tent I was talking about. There's some good, these are waterproof clothes.
Alright.
They go down like minus. They're going to be really good. This is an insulated tent, so this silver part goes inside. So you want to keep your body inside that silver part, and this will get up to about 56 degrees in 20-degree weather.
Okay.
So it works really well. You can set it up inside a tent, or it can stand solo with this rope and pegs there.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, you need some soup or anything like that? Socks?
Socks. I'll take your shoes if you don't care. I really
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're welcome to look through and see what size is best for you there.
yeah, thank you so much to the people.
I have these actually, the bottom part's super glued together.
Oh yeah, you definitely need some new ones.
Yeah, to the people that having donated shoes. It's a big need. Yesterday we saw somebody that was taping, with a tape, was taping his shoe.
Right. So those are in the bigger size. The bigger size, the better.
Yeah, he was 13, he said.
So like 10 and up are really helpful. What you need. Absolutely. And then, like I said, these kind of things are really helpful. You burn a lot of calories in the cold just to keep your body warm. So think about your body shivers, and that's your body trying to keep itself warm. And that action burns calories. So food like this actually keeps your body warm. It's not the heat of the food, it's the calories, being able to burn those calories. So those are really essential to keeping people safe out here, for sure. How you doing? Can we help you with the code or anything?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, yeah, absolutely. And Don, I got this pair of sweatpants if you're interested. That'll probably fit you.
Yeah, under my pants. So
Yeah, they might help you keep real warm.
I heard it's going to be, it's supposed to be like 22 tonight, I think.
Yeah, it's getting down. Now, let me tell you, there is Code Purple shelter going on, if that's something that's
Yeah,
helpful to you.
I don't actually know what it is. I usually stay away from downtown.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there just.
Yeah, I can tell you how to get there, and then the buses are free right now during the month of January, so you can take the bus to town for free if you need to. So 24 Cumberland Avenue is where you want to go for shelter.
What's that again?
So if you take the bus into town, you'll come out the bus station. That's Cox Avenue, and then you're going to walk right through the center of town and up to Montford Avenue. You know where that is? Montford's the big bridge where 240 goes.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I haven't. Like I said, I'm not really from here, and I usually stay in this area.
Yeah. So you just want to take there's a bridge that goes over the highway, and then you're going to take the immediate right, and that's Cherry Street, and that'll take you to. You'll see Cumberland is on the corner, so you meet there at 4:30 every night. Every night this week is Code Purple. So if you want to go into shelter, that's certainly a possibility. Do you have a phone too? I can give you a phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can help you with that too. I'll write the phone number down for you. You need a blanket or anything? You're welcome to hold them up. That feels...
Bigger than me.
You got that string, so you can probably tighten them up if you need to.
Yeah, that's cool. I've got sun under these gloves right now.
Oh yeah, they make a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, at least for me, my hands get cold.
Yeah, oh yeah, my hands and feet.
You gotta have your hands to do the work. You know how that works.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. For sure. I'm gonna go write that address down for you.
All right.
In case you want that. You need some cookies too?